your view. Welcome to the show. I am Uriah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Nima Akasha Zibiri. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Good to see you.
I'm still blushing from my husband's compliment yesterday.
What did he say?
It's 12 years already.
Oh,
No, it's still a few days to the anniversary, but I was surprised at how I blushed.
what did he say exactly? Please tell us so we can blush on your behalf.
He just said to me, you know you're a very beautiful woman.
Yes, you are.
And so we're sitting together and I looked and there was nobody. I was like, why do you have to pay you a compliment? I said, take a picture of yourself. And he did, and he showed me, and I was still blushing till this morning.
It's so sweet. Mr. Zibiri,
he tells me a lot of times, but yesterday on just
especially.
It was on experience.
Yeah, he made you melt. Look at you. You're still melting. How you doing, Mariam?
I'm doing fine.
I love your neck piece. Wow.
Thank you. It's from you. It's a gift from you.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I said to you. I didn't even check it. I just sent it to you. Oh, fantastic. Love it.
Thank
How you doing?
I'm good, and I'm also excited. My brother is really doing great things and amazing things. My younger brother with his company. So, I tell you about his company, Data Leon, with his friends. And recently he got to, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, I'm sorry, but I'm just so excited. In France, he's been asked to do like an exchange program for 3 months. So he went to France, Paris for 3 months. I'm so excited and learning how to. Yes, I am so happy for him. I mean, it's been a journey. Mommy, and she's done so well, and I'm so happy for her too.
Yes,
and it's always inspiring when young people are focused on what they want to do. It's very hard to see a young man who's focused. I mean, it's such...
What has helped that boy is that he listens to advice. And he understands, he knows where he's coming from now. You cannot make mistakes anyhow. There are things to be done. So well done.
An eligible bachelor.
But no. We're telling them to stay away first. Let him build himself so that he can take care of you well. Now he's just building.
I'm already preparing some people. Don't forget that boy is an outside boy. I bet people should free the boy.
Can we come to you, Jare? How you doing? You look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody here looks beautiful. Thank you. I was just, going through Instagram this morning on my way to work, and I saw Kate Henshaw really upset about people age-shaming her. And
who does that?
They do. Most times, most of the comments that they post there, they will call her old woman or whatever it is. And I'm wondering, why do people look at someone who's looking amazing?
Wait. The same Kate Henshaw? That's 50-year-old that looks like a doll.
And the only thing you want to think about is to age shame, body shame. Like shame. There's nothing they don't shame you with in this country. It just tells me that a lot of people are bitter, and they try to project that bitterness to the next person. If you love yourself as a human being, you will see beauty in another person. You wouldn't want to talk and make somebody feel down for somebody who doesn't even know you, who has no business with you. Come on, we need to learn how to love ourselves.
I know
first.
that's where it's coming from.
That's where it's coming from. You hate yourself. That's why you go and troll somebody on their page, and you don't want to get old. She nearly cost them all.
It's either you grow older or you die. So choose one.
Why are you
If you are alive today, it's because you are growing.
And again, that even reminds me of something. We also need to know how to talk to people respectfully. Because I was somewhere, I can't remember where it was. Somebody next to me, we're having lunch. Somebody next to me, Ryan, again, you're eating an apple. I thought you wanted to lose weight.
Jeez.
Those things like that. You say it casually. I know she was just having fun, but there's some way when you say that kind of thing. Yes, I'm having a second plate because I want a second plate. I want a second plate, period. But don't make me feel bad because I said I wanted to lose weight. I shouldn't take a second plate. It's none of your business. It's none of your business.
I think
especially she said it publicly. If you don't come and see
even if you say it to me, I'll take it personal. I'll eat my food. The way I think people should deal with things is the way Freeze deals with things. So if you're not of his level, he will screen grab, munch your conversation, and start a conversation.
Making money off you.
It's a job.
Anyways, we love Kate Henshaw. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Kate Henshaw, White Kate, they're all breaking tables anyhow.
I look like that at 50.
Come on. People that this one is going to be celebrating very soon.
She has.
She has. I saw her.
See, those ones don't want to age.
I look like that at 50.
Aging backwards.
You people will hear it.
I said I wanted to buy, because I'm getting addicted to mint Kit Kat. I don't know, dark chocolate mint Kit Kat and the mint one. Okay. So it's my CEO. This office always has it.
So you go
I went to go and buy it. Anyways, so when I wanted to buy the next one, I just remembered YK's dance. I said, Mariah, blowing yourself brain.
Why?
Because the truth is that we are all inspired
No, but
by her.
see, I need people to understand that in any package God has given to you, you are amazing. If you are slimmer than this, Mariah, trust me, you will not be beautiful. This is your package. No. You can keep fit does not mean you have to be tiny.
Yeah.
You have to be a size 8.
Oh, no.
You can be a perfect size 12 and be fit in your size 12.
I think you can be beautiful at every stage.
Yeah, so why do we want to make it? You must
if you choose to be slim, it's slim.
Exactly.
It's your choice. But stop blaming yourself for taking chocolates now. Enjoy yourself.
No, but we need to make healthy choices.
Get behind me,
chocolate, sugar, and everything. Yeah, but in moderation,
let's go on a break. It's Tuesday. We're not on Thursday.
Anyway, it's healthy
Serious
Tuesday.
It's healthy Tuesday, yes.
When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I'm busy. We're going to start with the nation. PDP governors, elders decide Seconda's fate today. Shake up in NNPC. Court avoids federal government's power to collect VAT and income tax in rivers. 14 feared dead in IPOP Southeast shutdown. That's the picture story. COVID-19, rising cases in Lagos, Akwa Ibom worrisome. Fraudsters forfeit 530 million naira cars and houses to government. Okorocha to lose 500 properties to Imo government. Okay, let's start with COVID.
Okay, so the federal government is quite concerned about the rising cases of COVID-19, especially in Lagos and Akwa Ibom. They seem to have the highest numbers, but they're also saying that thankfully the vaccines are coming in, and I think they said Johnson & Johnson is coming in 176 doses. You know, that's the one that is one dose that you need.
Yeah.
And they're also using that, they're targeting also hard to reach areas. So areas that they can't go more than once, or the nomadic areas, that's where they want to use the 176,000 Johnson & Johnson doses for. AstraZeneca is also coming, 700,000. And that is for the those who need to take the second dose. You know, AstraZeneca is 2 doses. And then also they said Moderna has been approved by NAFDAC. Remember we took the story saying some people had concerns about it, but NAFDAC has approved it, so that will be deployed as well. The government also says that 38 new oxygen plants, 38 of them have been built. They've repaired many of the other oxygen plants and also provided oxygen tanks. The Minister for Health is saying that they are concerned also about the 2 variants, the Delta and Alpha. Yeah, I did not know about Alpha before. So there's Delta and there's Alpha, but they are watching it and just making sure. But we do have the Delta, and that's one of the things that's concerning us. So we have to be careful still.
I think they heard about the Alpha before even the Delta.
I heard about Delta.
Yeah.
Let's take one more.
Lagos High Court in Ikeja ordered the forfeiture of 530 million cash, cars, and 3 duplexes belonging to 2 cybercrime fraudsters, Toby Lola Ibrahim Bakari and Alimi Sheun Sikiri. So the court found them repeatedly guilty, and they also pleaded guilty to the charges against them. So they were able to recover not just the 530 million naira cash, but some other monies were also in their accounts. They recovered 2 vehicles, a Mercedes-Benz E500 and Toyota Hilux 2020, 3 duplexes, and they were not able to explain the sources of their money. So what happened was that there was another suspect who the EFCC had been chasing. So they now linked, when they caught that person, and they linked the conversation, because I think a 5 million was sent to these people's accounts, and they were able to trace it. And then they opened up their own investigation. So the money is going to definitely the federal government. And
okay, so we took the story about the IPOP shutdown in Southeast. So it's the report here says that 14 fell dead when the Southeast IPOP shutdown. So according to the reports, there were gunshots in the early hours of yesterday at Abo Mbase local government, Mbase local government area. According to the report, about 2 people were burned to death, 2 others were shot dead. Said that the bus conveying passengers was burnt, and there were shootings at different local government areas in the state. It's quite worrisome because Most of it was forced compliance, according to the report, says that most residents in the Southeast complied with the sit-at-home directive for fear of being harmed. And most residents wanted to go to work and open their shops, and some shops were destroyed because
Very painful for me is the videos trending online about how they compelled the sit-at-home. So I saw people vandalizing shops, throwing out food, cooked food. So I think this is a self-destruction of the Southeast economy by the Southeasterners. I think their elders now,
need to call them.
They need to call themselves, you know.
Well, Nima, what was
to handle agitation?
What was even more damning was the fact that I heard that the NECO was not, the children couldn't write NECO.
And it was
and it was mathematics exam on Monday. So they've lost that opportunity for a whole year. That's something to discuss and review, because, I mean, it's quite a painful
someone said,
trend
the people
here.
who wrote NECO, what did you do for them? I think you cannot just kick education away. Let that child have their opportunities and let them, make their future themselves.
Moving on quickly now to the Punch. Secondus fate on certain PDP governors meeting deadlocked. NWC reps divided. Picture here of the petrol truck crashes, siblings sitting. NECO, 3 others in Oyo. 9 rescued as pastor, wife, 11 others kidnapped in Kwara. Gunmen demand 30 million naira. Customs van chasing smugglers crushes 7 in Castina vehicle burnt. Court remands Chidima for 30 days over Super TV CEO's death. Ogun denies involvement as Monarch withdraws Okorocha's chief sensi title. Lawyers battle for sureties as Igboho's loyalists remain in custody. And sit at home, 8 killed as Ipaipob's order turns bloody. Okay, which stories are we taking?
I'll take the picture. Okay.
So Chidima, no drama yesterday. Matter came up for hearing yesterday. She was arraigned yesterday along with 4 others, and the court simply just, remanded her, waiting for the DPP's advice within 30 days, hopefully.
Yeah. So okay, I have the picture story. So this is really a tragedy. So a tanker loaded with petrol yesterday lost control. He said it had brake failures, and it crushed 5 people to death. 2 of those people were 2 siblings who were writing the NECO exams. Really sad. There was a taxi driver too who was involved. Just sad.
Very painful story.
Very painful.
Yeah, so this happened 10 a.m. In Katsina State. So the Nigerian Custom Service officers were in a patrol vehicle, and they were chasing Peugeot J5, suspected to be conveying contraband. And so they chased them, along the expressway, and victims who were standing looking for and waiting for transportation to go to where they were going to were hit and killed on the spot. About 12 of them, including a 13-year-old girl. Okay. So, the mob was really upset. They caught the vehicle. They burnt down the vehicle. The NCS operatives were able to escape with their life, but their commander is saying that they've started investigation to find out exactly what happened. I want to appeal that our law enforcement agencies need to take these things easy. Now, they have lost those lives they can never get back, and because you are chasing contraband. We need to learn how to do things right.
So if in the course of carrying out your duties, you have, loss of lives,
fatalities,
at least manslaughter. If there are consequences, people start to comport themselves more seriously.
Who has the human interest story? 9 rescued as pastor, wife, 11 others kidnapped in Kwara.
Yes, I have that. So kidnappers, caught. I think a particular man was coming back. Mr. Ayo Alabi was coming back from a funeral, and then he was in the vehicle with about 5 people, making 6, and then they were, ambushed by kidnappers who abducted 6 of them. But then I think they had an altercation with the police. They were able to release 4 of them, and but the kidnappers were able to take the pastor and his driver. In the same area again in OC, Ekiti local government of Kwara State, another man also was, kidnapped on his way to the farm. This happened in Ekiti State on his way to the farm. They caught him, sent messages to his family members to pay them 5 million ransom. Another vehicle in that same area again, passengers, about 20 of them were kidnapped, and the pastor and his wife. The police were able to get out the 20 passengers, but the pastor and his wife have been taken. So it's just happening.
I don't even know. As you said, we keep taking these stories over and over again, that kidnappings, ransom being paid. It's really disheartening. Okay, let's go on a break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
Ọkọ̀ tí wàá sọ nìyẹn.
Ó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ kí jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkí ọmọ tó mọ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking. Time is racing. Lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Come closer. little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Thanks for staying with us. Moving on now to Vanguard. No end in sight to crisis in APC and PDP. State government, not FIRS, entitled to collect VAT, others in Rivers Court declares. NNPC promotes redeploys senior management staff. Lagos Assembly approves Sanwo-Olu's request to take over ownership of the LCC. Insecurity, APC, PDP are daggers drawn. Striking doctors call for sack of Ngigi and Hehanire. Supplementary budget increases 2021 deficit by 848 billion naira. Okay, which story are we taking?
The Lagos State Assembly.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, they approved the governor's request to, to convert the African Development Bank loan by the Lekki Concession Company Limited to a privately owned organization and take full ownership of the company. And this gives Lagos State a majority shareholding of about 75% and leaves 25% for other partners who partnered in the deal to share among themselves, and reduces also the interest rate that they've been paying to a very, very low sum of about 1.02% per, the amounts of money based on the loan that facilitated the entire project itself. So it's good. Yeah. They said this interest saves them money from, according to the representative, the House of Reps member for the Lagos Island, Yushao, he was saying that this, saves them a lot of money and, doesn't disturb capital projects, money budgeted for that. So
okay, so you have residents, doctors, their strike has gone into its 8th day, and the president of NAD is asking for the resignation or the sack of the Minister for Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, and the Minister of Health, Dr. Sage Hanire, because they are the reason why there's a strike, and it seems like they cannot handle their duties. And so in that case, they should resign or be sacked. And that they will not be bullied by the continuous threatening of no work, no pay. And he says, and NAD is saying that if you want to toe the line of no work, no pay, I think you go and look for 16,000 resident doctors to occupy our space. Different states, in Rivers State, though, the doctors are back to work in the hospital, and they said that is just to reciprocate government gesture and goodwill, that they had some demands that they had made of the state government, and so far the government is working on it. And because of that, they think it's just better for them to go back to work. The president for NAD, in response to that, says, well, there are over 700 centers, and one center, one state would not deter them from pushing for what they're going for. She said something funny that Jesus had 12 disciples, and one of them was a Judas, but they move on. In Luth, they opened the register, so the doctors can come and register, but there's no work. Yaba, no register at all. In Abuja, they have 20. They've limited the patients that doctors can see to 20. A day? Right. Yes, a day. So,
just a quick addition to that. So they had a meeting yesterday with the major stakeholders in the health sector. And they are going to continue, and the House of Reps, he called them for the meeting, but they are saying that the House lacks the constitutional powers to oversight the affairs of sub-national government. And what they are trying to do in different states is to hold a committee, an emergency committee, to sort out the problems of the National Association of Resident Doctors.
I was going to ignore, but I found it interesting, the APC PDP back and forth. So there was a Senator John James. He's the National Secretary of the APC Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, and he and another person from PDP, I'm not sure who exactly, going back and forth on issue of insecurity. So the APC, according to him, was saying that in keeping with their promise to Nigerians, the president has shown uncommon leadership, intent and capacity to permanently end all security incidents and criminalities in the country. PDP, on the other hand, responded and said that Nigerians can no longer take these people seriously because They don't know nothing about power, and they can't be feeding Nigerians with lies, and they're only looking for who to scapegoat for their manifest failure. Now, these are back and forth, but the truth is, when it comes to insecurity, I think APC should just be quiet for now and just do. Don't say anything, because there's nothing you say that carries weight. People's children are dying, people are being kidnapped. So don't come and here and start be defending anybody. Get the job done. Please.
Telling us what you have done.
As a small PR tip, just in case you need the PR. Let me just advise you.
They will not work on that. They won't listen. They will respond to you instead of work on it. So the state, Rivers State won this court case that they brought against the federal government on who owns VAT, and the personal income tax in their state, and they won. Wow. So it's clear now they set the standards. I'm hoping that the federal government want to go and appeal. Let's know who exactly owns by the time they get to Supreme Court. But the status quo now, they should stay on
Rivers State.
Yes, so
not only Rivers State. That's supposed to be the law, even based on our concurrent list. And I want to believe that the lawyers have argued, law alone, and that's the status quo.
Moving on quickly to Daily Sun, APC PDP crisis get messier. Court gives Rivers nod to collect VAT. We just talked about that. The untold story of Benin artifacts. I think that's a fantastic story. Please read it. It's a very interesting piece of history for us. Tanker crushes 6 to death in Ibadan. We talked about that earlier. IPOP sit at home ground southeast. NNPC promotes redeploys senior staff in major shake-up. I think we've taken most of the stories.
Yeah, I just have NNPC. It's a very short story. So they have promoted some staff, according to them, to fill up vacant positions. And one of the reasons they said is to live up to expectations of Nigerians and achieve its vision of becoming a world-class energy company of choice. Now they promoted... Mr. Billy Okoye has been appointed the new Group Executive Director, Ventures and Business Development, while Mrs. Aisha Amadu Katagum has been promoted to the position of Group Executive Director, Corporate Services, among many others. So congratulations to them.
Okay, moving on now to the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story of not taking court orders permanent forfeiture of properties linked to former governor of Imo State, Okorocha. Reps failed to stop resident doctors' strike. Meeting continues today. Cholera kills 818 in 22 states within 7 months. 2 siblings, 3 others killed as petrol tanker crushes taxi in Ibadan. I think that's your Supreme Court verdict on Ondo crack in APC governance forum. Okay, who has former governor Okorocha?
I have Okorocha's story. So the Imo State had taken Okorocha and his properties, about 500 properties, to court, asking the court to give them permanent forfeiture of these properties. He went to court, and the court said he failed to show them why the property should not be permanently forfeited. So now Imo State has the properties, and they have powers to do whatever they like with the properties. Very sad. But I think his lawyer should quickly appeal if they do have any grounds for these properties, because he was unable to show, and there are choice properties in choice areas, across Imo State.
Okay, I was talking cholera. The cholera, yes, you have that story?
Yes. So between January and August 1st, we've had about 31,425 cases of cholera. 816 have died from this so far. And the NCDC, of course, is asking, first of all, is saying that one of the reasons why this is so widespread, because it's across 23 states in the country, is because of poor access to clean water, open defecation, poor sanitation and hygiene. And so asking all stakeholders that they should strengthen, water supply, sanitation and hygiene, and also, other things, because these are the things that help checkmate the spread of cholera. I mean, we're still talking widespread cholera in 2021. We need to do so much more.
Let's not forget that these are illnesses that require basic cleanliness, pick up of waste and all of that.
I mean, when you talk about cholera, you know that it has to do also with poverty.
Yes, but we have been focusing and putting so much money in COVID, and even though we're not exactly doing and left these ones that are much more widespread.
Okay, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, move on to the hot topic of the day. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Your heart could be complaining about getting weaker by the day.
This shortness of breath can be your heart warning you. Unbranded cooking oils may contain high levels of trans fat and cholesterol, which clog your arteries, making it difficult for your heart to pump blood. Use Power Oil. It is free of cholesterol and trans fat. Power Oil for a healthy family.
Power Oil, Power Oil.
Be too sure. Stop germs. Live well.
My name is Madam Omotolani Balogun. I'm a social care worker in Dublin. Adjourn Homes was introduced to me by my mom, though I've decided not to do anything in Nigeria again due to one reason or the other.
Come closer.
But she insisted that we must.
A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All Tim in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Thanks for staying with us. So, as many of you know, Mariam Longe has been very involved in the issue of environmental sanitation, preservation. So she's been able to help us bring a hefty man, the Director, Technical Programs, Nigerian Conservation Foundation, Dr. Onoja Joseph Daniel, who will be discussing with us ecological restoration. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, ecological restoration, we know, is the assisting of the reviving of the damaged ecosystem. But this is Nigeria. There's been a lot of damage. Where do we even start from to begin to recover? Because somebody was here yesterday, was talking about there's some places that we shouldn't even be building at all. But unfortunately, we've totally taken up all this land. So now that we are where we are, how do we begin to retrace ourselves to help restore these ecosystems?
Yeah, we start from where we are. That's exactly, because ecosystem restoration is either you do something consciously or you allow what is already there to recover by itself. Because nature will always recover. Yes, nature recover. With the building we are, if we abandon this building in the next 5 years, you'll be surprised the kind of trees. The Lekki Conservation Center is an example. When we started managing that place, it was a degraded landscape. But when you go there now, it is a replica of the vegetation that used to be from VI to Ekpe, how that place used to be. So if anybody has not gone there and want to see how it was before, they can come there and have an idea of what it used to be. Just before the center, there's what we call Igbo Efon. And I heard that is a forest for buffaloes, water buffaloes. So you used to have a lot of buffaloes. So you can imagine the place called Igbo with the houses, concrete jungle, as I call it, as we have there now. Imagine that you had forest there and you had buffaloes roaming around there.
I've never seen a buffalo.
Sorry, I'll come to the ladies now, because during COVID, we saw abroad where in the streets of Manhattan or those cities, you just started seeing all these animals coming out.
They started reclaiming their space.
Oh my goodness. So they're waiting for us.
Yes, to get the heck out. Show you that we have been the ones making the noise. They have been living in balance. So going back to your question, we need to start from where we are. And we need to stop and start reversing, because it's very important. And it's important because at the end of the day, when we talk about ecological restoration, or we talk about habitat protection, or we talk about environmental protection, we are actually talking about human protection. Because the environment will always take care of itself. If the environment changes, we will not be able to adapt quickly enough to be able to change. For instance, if here is flooded, it's not the environment. The environment is just adjusting to what we have thrown at it. But how well or how fast can we also adapt? So if we don't adapt that fast, that is what we call simple evolution. We are evolving away from the earth, because the earth that is meant to protect us, we are destroying it and is not able to protect us anymore. And that is why we are calling on people to join hands so that we can restore the ecology, so that the ecology will protect us.
Okay, sir. So what exactly is the problem with our environment? Because if you don't know that you're sick, you may not be able to take medications. What is the problem, and how can we begin to solve it?
Okay. First of all, we have to realize that we have destroyed the environment, and it's getting to the level whereby it will not be able to perform what it ought to perform. We live in a very delicate balance. And I used to tell people, especially here in Lagos, the scenario is very clear for us in Lagos. The last rain that happened, I think, on the 14th or so of July is an example, very clear example. You see the rain that fell just 3 hours non-stop or so, and you see how everywhere was flooded. Now, that's because the wetlands that are natural buffer to absorb excess water when it rains, especially for a coastal town like Lagos, have been sand-filled by so-called lush houses, estates, and so on. So when it rains, and water always finds this level. Now it has gone to where it used to be. And this happens to be people's bedrooms and people's sitting rooms. And then submerging SUVs and so on. So at the end of the day, it just shows that the environment is sick and is caused by us. So if we don't stop what we are doing, we'll continue to do more and more damage. And a clear example even is when you sandfill those areas. For instance, people are sandfilling around the lagoon. You see, when you sandfill, you think that you are absorbing the water. You're not absorbing the water, you're actually displacing it. And when you displace it, it's going to submerge some other areas that are not as high as where you are trying to sandfill. So that's the problem. So we don't absorb water, we just displace it. And when time comes, water will come back.
To find expression elsewhere.
So you are, right now, there's a call, especially by Nigerian Conservation Foundation, about youth participation in the restoration of the ecosystem. Why are the youth important in this plan, and what can they do?
Okay, first of all, the UN has declared this decade as a decade of ecosystem restoration, 2021 to 2030. And that's because of the importance of as I said, the ecosystem, and how we need it to be able to live our lives. Because when we destroy the ecosystem, it's an existential threat to us as humans, as the human species. Now, we need to restore that. And ecosystem restoration is at the heart of the SDGs, which happens to be 2030 goals as well. So you find out that it is very important that we all put hands on deck to be able to make that happen. Now your question is, why youths? Now, youths they are more vibrant. They have the largest population. For instance, in Nigeria, 35% or so of the Nigerian population are youths. So by the time you get them involved in things, and especially they are very fast, they are very innovative, they are fast thinkers and things like that, they are able to, imagine having all of them on board in ecosystem restoration and how far that can push. So that is why we are getting the youth involved and the need for them to be part of this.
I would say that they're the victim generation. So if death was by old age, so you just look at the future and say you're the ones who will bear this consequence. I see a lot of lifestyle choices. I was sitting with a less than 40-year-old man. He was done eating, and another less than 40-year-old took his waste. That's from disposable plates and all of that, and dumped it on the road. So I have a problem with the lawman not picking up the waste. But you, when you dump up there, what exactly do you plan? And I think that is because we don't see the level of the kind of waste we deal with. So if people had knowledge of decomposable, non-decomposable, those kind of waste, I know that in a few years, this problem we are creating, this is how the consequence will be. So I think you should...
Would you say young people also contribute to that?
Yeah. It's actually is across generational, because and that's where the enlightenment comes in. I normally ask people, follow your waste. Do you know where your waste ends up?
Follow your waste.
Do you know where it ends up? You know, as you trash that thing. On one hand, you're talking about biodegradables. Those ones are even better. We can actually recycle them in terms of using them for other things or upcycling them and so on.
Because of our viewers, like biodegradable, what are they?
Okay, so biodegradable are elements that can actually decompose. Those ones are very easy to decompose. So you can, like food and vegetables and so on, those ones can decompose and you can use them as manure and so on. There are others that cannot easily decompose, but you can use them for other things. Yeah, for instance, we have somebody who does some things, we call it upcycling. You can change them to furniture, and so at least you prolong their life instead of just littering the environment. And then you have the plastics, which we were trying to we were trying to, for single-use plastics, we're trying to discourage the use of single-use plastics. So you have to try to see what you can do to prolong their life. Because the longer you are able to use them, you reduce their time in the environment. Yeah, and then that helps also as well. So if you have that, so we're trying to create awareness so that people will know, okay, you have things that can degrade, you have them separately, and Lagos State government, I must at least give kudos to them, they have that framework, but the implementation
is not enough.
Yes, the implementation and the enlightenment is not
local languages,
they need help.
They need help.
Yes.
There are different people coming up. I know there's a Beverage Alliance, there are other people who come together, subscribers and so on, try to put things so that they'll play their own part. But the space is very wide. And these, especially for the single-use plastics, these are money just wasting around. Yeah, so people need to, that awareness needs to be created. So once that awareness is created, people know that we can make money out of these, then you will struggle for plastics.
Let's go on a break. I mean, that's an interesting part because somebody is making furniture, school furniture, out of this plastic. And it's crazy.
Out of pure water sachets.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy Eastplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
ọkọ tí wàá sọ nìyẹn.
bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
torí kí ni.
àkọyẹ kọ́ mọ pé jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ọ̀rẹ́ kí ọmọ tó mọ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the news.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing ecological restoration and seeing how we can play a part in ensuring that we are able to restore the damaged environment. So we still have with you our guest. I was going to talk about the issue of recycling. So I've seen people have actually made attempts to recycle, but people don't understand the opportunities that avail in recycling at all. Could you give us some idea on how we can participate in the economy of recycling?
Yes.
Yeah, well, well, we all have different fortes, but I know some colleagues who work in that space and they do it very well. I think people like recyclers and so on, and Substitute Vibes, they all have their, they all have their space, but I say it's a very wide space, and much more people can go in, and people can make so much money out of it, and that's why we try to create awareness. The collection, they are very.
What are they collecting? Is it pure water? Is it bottle? What exactly are they collecting?
Some people are focused on just the plastic bottles.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have the plastic bottles. They just want to collect those ones, and then they have a way of recycling it. Even the Beverage Alliance also, I think they have a recycling plant here in Lagos. We had a program with Lagos State government, so they are trying to establish a major recycling plant somewhere. Yeah, 6 years somewhere. So they are trying to do that, and it's an opportunity. And I think there is also a company that talks about using that to be able to fire their furnace or something. So there are different ways that can be used. So that's money just lying down for people to come out to be able to so the logistics just needs to be firmed up. And then it will be serious money spinner. I'm looking forward to a Lagos whereby when people see plastic bottles, they will rush
scrambling for it.
Yeah, they'll be scrambling to pick it up. Yeah, we are getting to that stage. And then that's a component of ecosystem restoration. At least that's a part of not adding to the already existing program that we already have. Then you talk about habitat restoration in terms of allowing our green spaces to remain green. That is also very, very important. Nigeria is known for our rate of deforestation, and it's so alarming.
It's painful.
It's really heart-wrenching when you see some of the things that are happening with our forest ecosystem. It's already bad enough for it, and then it's continuing. So we need serious political will, especially.
But we're in a city. I don't know.
We've talked about this restoring green, and some people are beginning to incorporate having plants in their houses, but I don't think it's enough. What are some of the sensitizations that we can keep giving to people to ensure that we have that? And do you also have specific areas that need attention that you can, point us to so that we know what to do about it?
Exactly. The first thing I would say is I'll start from the policy of the Lagos State government itself. I know that there's a law that says 25% of every space should be green. So that's a starting point. Every space, 25% should be green. So if we're able to implement that, imagine how many 25% that we'll be able to gather. And especially for a mega city like Lagos, it's very, very important. The pollution that we may be experiencing, even before COVID, some cities in China have already started wearing masks because of the pollution. Now, COVID has made us to be wearing masks. But let us not get to the extent of because of the pollution in the air, we should start wearing masks in a major city like Lagos. It's going to be very disastrous. So we need to ensure that all our spaces that we can reclaim are green. And people should stop indiscriminately having concrete all over the place.
Everywhere.
Because it's very, and that's even exacerbate the flooding that we have. Because when everywhere is covered, there is no absorption. Water is not absorbed. There are no trees to be able to take up water. What people don't understand is why nature is wise. Everything is in a balance. When it rains and there are trees, first of all, it breaks the current. And then it allows it to percolate gently. And when it percolates gently, and then it takes up some. So by the time you see many trees taking up, it reduces the amount of runoff. But here you just have plain dust and everything just falls down, and then there will be flash flood. And that's exactly what we're experiencing. So for Lagos, we need to implement that and make sure that we implement it. I know that for sure that there is a law, but the implementation has to be tight.
Right, Mr. Anoja, you know what? we're learning so much. But one thing I hear constantly from Nigerian youths is that they feel when you talk about ecosystem and conservation, it's too elitist, it's too Oyinbo, it's Western. And for me, I find that sometimes maybe the language that we use, how can we localize this message?
Yeah, it's very important. And that is why we are changing the language. And we need to understand that it's all integrated. We are all part of it. First of all, we need it for our survival. Our survival as a species, as you and I, depends on how much healthy our environment is. Because at least the first, we need to survive. First, self-preservation, that's the first law. We need to, because we are involved in this. And we need to look at it from that point of view. So what am I doing to make my environment, where I am staying, how conducive is it for me? Because where I'm staying is a microcosm of a reflection of the bigger society. So where I'm staying, how conducive is it for me? Right. So can I really live there comfortably? So if I start having that introspection, then it helps me also to be able to connect to the next person who is having another introspection. Before you know it radiates within us.
If I come to Nima, I mean, there's the issue of cohabiting with these animals sometimes. You know, you see an owl on a tree, or you see a vulture, or you bind and cast. And because, I mean, recently I saw in the papers that somebody saw an elephant. I didn't even know elephant was black elephant, somewhere in Nigeria.
You know, and on the local government,
yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, listen, yes, we are here now. We are here. Yes, the word is there. They would like to come back to their property, but we are here. What do we do where...
Should we share?
Should we share? How do we share? What's the ideal? How do we cohabit with the animals?
Yeah, so in our field, we have what we call a human-wildlife conflict, which is something that we are dealing with. And that's because we have interfered in their space.
Okay.
Yes, we intruded in their space. And now living with them has become a challenge because there's
where is our own space?
Yeah, well,
bless you.
Yeah, the thing is this.
Because you are sounding like it's only their space.
Them just came.
We met them here.
Okay, human beings met them here.
Yes, we met them here. So you see, we can cohabit as long as we can take just what we need.
Okay.
Yes, we don't take just what we need. For instance, someone wants to build a house. I will clear all the trees there. You don't have to. Because all of these things play different roles. For instance, I talk about the owl. Some people don't know the important role that owls play. They control the population of rodents around our house, around our homes.
I need to import owls.
And the vultures also play a very important role because they clean up the carcasses around us so that we don't fall sick. So they reduce the healthcare costs, even for the government. Yeah, so it's very important. So you see, all of these things are interconnected.
I don't want to be seeing vultures on my window.
I want
they may not come as close to your window, but if you have them, if you have the habitats for big trees around, they will definitely stay there. But we've already cleared all of the trees, and we've already killed them, and we've already destroyed their habitats. So it's coming back to affect us. Probably what we're experiencing, the high cost of living, high cost of healthcare, and so on, are directly related to what we have. They're related.
Definitely.
In fact, and again, a study has been shown that the SDG goals, 17 of them, 17 being the partnership one, they are all reliant on a healthy environment. First of all, then you talk about the society before you talk about prosperity. So it's the planet, people, then profit. So
planet, people,
profit. Yes. If you turn it the other way, you're thinking that you are going to get profit. When we built houses in Lekki and Via and so on, when it flooded,
expensive houses,
you can see what happened. So we must put the planet first. If not, whatever economic advancement that we have made will be destroyed in one fell swoop.
Quickly, sir. How do you partner to reach a larger number of youth?
And what are you working on right now?
Yes, because why I'm asking is because the larger number of youth are those ones who really don't care. So do you think partnering people like the NURT chairman, Lagos, his boys in every district will work? Do you have such plans?
Yeah, you see, there's no one approach to these things. There are different approaches. And that's why we're working with several partners. And that is why the SLEDU lecture that we're having on Thursday, talking about ecosystem and youth restoration, which young people are going to be the one anchoring it and talking about it. We have a South African, Simingele. We have Nigerians, Nella Duke, Ekpenyong. Yeah, no, they are going to be, those songs, some are going to be virtual and some are going to be physically present. We have Eko Omobolale. We have also someone from the north as well, Mohammed Apache. Those ones are going to be talking the language that they use to understand. Right. So we're exploring different ways, and that is why
we have to wrap up on this.
Here.
But thank you very much for coming. I'm really happy and proud that Mariam is really involved in this because we need that representation on this team where somebody is pushing for ecological restoration, preservation of our ecosystem, and to remind us the roles we can even individually play to help the society. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. We're going to go on a break. Mariamo. Go on a break. When we come back, we'll go to other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
ọkọ̀ tí wàá sọ nìyẹn.
bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
torí kí ni.
àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ pé jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ẹ̀ kí ọmọ tó mọ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Speaking. Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Entertainment is life. That bit of life that makes life bearable, that makes it fun. And I know that what I do contributes to that, because I tell my staff that we are not just designers, we are actually selling joy and happiness. So when we're able to put a smile on somebody's face from the dress they wear, make someone very confident because of what they wear, we've done our job, and I'm sure that's entertainment.
Oh, wow. dress, makeup,
My
check.
typical
Are the
day
scripts
is-
on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All Tim and Plays? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Thanks for staying with us. So our hot topic today is about smuggling. I'm going to let Nima give us the background of this story. Yes, Nima, go ahead.
So there was a video trending over the weekend of a man who had been given food items to deliver in Dubai. And he had the wisdom, this wisdom, I don't know where he got it, to open. So these were packed foods, milk, chocolates, biscuits, and he just decided to open them. Cannabis were in some packs. The person had disguised and resealed. So, he had some other funny drugs. He had codeine. He had all sorts, and they were all disguised in food packages, palm oil, and given to him to take abroad.
Ew.
In some countries, these are death sentence offences, and you will give your loved one to help you carry. I don't understand.
So the issue of smuggling drugs, we've been talking about NDLEA, busting people at the airports, and we want to focus on how we must be careful. The kind of how we must be careful when people give you things to travel. It's quite painful that people are using all types of methods to smuggle drugs into the country. So you go visit somebody abroad, and they tell you, "Oh, help me take this thing. No, let me drop it for my brother." You have no idea what the package is, and they wrap it up nicely, and it's all sealed. And they give it to you, and you have to put it in your suitcase and start coming, just for you to be stopped at customs and then find out that they were drugs. So that's the conversation today. I'd like us to call us on the numbers on the screen, 081-270-53687. You can also call us on 091-390-76948. You can send us messages on YouTube and on Facebook. We'd like to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced this where somebody asked you to take something, you finally discovered that those are contrabands? You can let us hear your thoughts. Yes, Mara, what are your thoughts on this issue?
So first of all, they said the heart of man is wicked. Wicked, desperately wicked. Because the only people I've learned from time, you know, when you're an adult in this world, you will see many things will happen to you directly or through people, where the people that can hurt you are those who are closest to you, people that you trust and people that you admire. So I would find that many people will fall into this trap because you have family members that may say to you, "Help me take this." This is a family member that you already trust and respect. In fact, you don't ask too many questions because of the way Nigerian culture is. You just believe that the person is honest. You don't even question it, and then you find yourself in a situation like this. And when you're caught, nobody shows up. The person that sent you will disappear, and you are now on your own. So because of where we have found ourselves and how obvious wickedness prevails, it is important that when you want to send someone to, if you want to give somebody anything to send for you, you must open those things. One of the things I prefer really is, if you want someone who's traveling to bring something to you, send them the money to buy it themselves, so they are aware of where they have bought it, what they have bought, and what they are carrying. Stop giving people things that you have bought, you know, because you will be you'll be putting that person in an awkward position. So you know how they have raised us. When they give, in fact, there's a story when they give you a box of something, you don't open it because it's respectful not to open it, not to be sure. And to open it shows disrespect, shows that you don't have proper training. But this man, in God's infinite kindness and wisdom, went ahead to open it and look at what he found. So really, we need to be careful with how people
Imagine if he did not find this, he would have been speaking English with people.
He
would have tried to call that person.
Explaining like, I don't understand, this is biscuit.
He was going to Dubai.
Wow. So for me, I think we need to be very careful because greed is one of the things that's leading us to hell. Everybody is just greedy. Even family members that you expect should know better. Because it's greed that will make you send a loved one with your bad intentions. If you want to carry drugs, test it now. Chest it and take the drugs yourself. Why are you hiding it under somebody who would likely be liable and held responsible for what you have planned? That's wickedness. So me, I personally have a policy when I'm traveling, because if I want to send things to my sisters or my family members abroad, I pay shipping. I ship it. I just sent fish, crayfish, dried snails and all of that. I did not take it through Oga that was traveling. I didn't want to stress him. I paid for shipping and they're taking it directly. So don't give me anything personally to take for you. If it's somebody that maybe I will not be able to say no, and it's something very light, because I'm really very picky. I'm the one paying the fares. We're not quarreling. It's just my policy, so that, because I give the excuse that I am buying a lot of things when I'm coming back, so I need, you would open it in my presence. I will repack it in another nylon and put it in my bag.
Exactly.
I think we need to open our eyes. It's not about sentiment. You need to self-preserve yourself first before you go and dive to
I like what
somebody
Mayama
else.
said, where it's always better you send the money to people to buy things for you, because you don't send the money to your sister, your sister buys it, packages and send it to your friend to bring it. That puts your friend in an awkward situation, because she won't be able to open the what has been packaged. That's very, yes, Nima.
So, like Miriam said, I wanted to just build on that. So the respect not to open packages and all of those things no longer serve us. So also the respect to send through somebody no longer serves us, like Bisi said. So please just ship your things yourself. I still love to shop for my best friend in the UK.
And you ship
when
it?
I do, I don't ship it. If a family friend is, maybe her husband is visiting, she's not coming, I do the shopping. And I always don't package what I buy. Everything comes open. He sits and packages them. If anything I buy, I open. I'll say to him, sorry, I know it's going to be a lot of work, but since I won't be visiting your hotel, please package for my best friend. I'd love to do it anytime. I don't consider it an inconvenience, but I don't want to put him in a position where he's guessing what he's carrying. So I think it's that consideration that we must push now. For the level of wickedness that we are witnessing now, it's no longer time to be angry.
So if you want to pack a rice for you, just carry the whole thing to the person's house. Let them be the one to pack it themselves. Okay, let me take this call from Yakub. Good morning, are you there? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
I think this topic is very, very important. A lot of people have found themselves interpreting today something that they don't know anything about. Because somebody wants to send you a message, and then he puts something else inside that message that you do not know anything about. And then this is a drug. Let me give you a typical example here. God forbid, I repeat it twice. Morayo, you see, people with you in that studio, you people trust each other. For example, now you want to send your something. Maybe he's traveling out of the country, then you give out something that other, please, Obi, don't be safe for me, so please. Obi does not have anything to doubt you at all. You get it. So in that kind of situation, are you telling me Obi will be doubting Morayo that Morayo send me a message and then he will put something else? He will not. That is what happened to that very particular person. Don't let God Almighty say this is a cruel person. This is very, very bad. Good morning.
Thank you, Yak. But looking at those videos now, you see, this is even packaged inside packaged biscuits. So how do you even know? It's almost difficult.
I say that wisdom that man has.
Because it's like they're sending you package time, curry and all that. I didn't say that you have to start opening it. Yes, snacks. Because when I travel, sometimes I go with my noodles.
Even the poundo was open.
People, Nigerians always want noodles. Bro. So I go with that package sometimes. So I'm just wondering, we didn't have to opening every package. it's just that wickedness part of it. You can't really be too careful.
Let me shout out to the chairperson, the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, when she assisted this young lady who found kola nuts. Kola nuts, that's our own staple, our elders' food in Africa, in her bag in Saudi Arabia. She was for death sentence. If you know the country that you're sending somebody to, why are you sending it? In fact, don't send me. All of you don't send me.
Okay, kola nuts is drugs for them.
It's drugs in Saudi Arabia, and it's I don't know how their gene is, but it's something that their law has, contraband. I made death sentence. They made news now. The young lady who was,
I remember. I didn't it was kola nuts though.
It wasn't major drug. Kola nuts, and raising awareness that Nigerians, please, so if you are going for the Hajj, don't bother packing kola nut or even the other one, the bitter cola. that anything like that is banned in their country. Please.
Let me take Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi, are you there? Hello, Ifeanyi. I lost that call. Yes, Mariam. Hello, Ifeanyi, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. It's just a sad one because at the moment I am trying to recover from such kind of incident.
Wow.
And mine was so terrible.
Wow.
To the extent that it was it's a brother that actually bought a briefcase from me while I was in the UK.
Wow.
I never knew that it was loaded with drugs.
Hey.
And I have to pack my clothes and every other thing. And on getting to the airport, I was arrested. And I've wasted 15 years of my time for something I do not know about. And they say forgive and forgive, my dear. It's a terrible one that I don't think forgiveness is here at this moment. Yeah, because I wasted 15 years of my time.
Oh, God. 15 days. 15 years.
Never knew the briefcase was loaded. So loaded with drugs, well sealed. And I have to pack my clothes. And I was living freely. It was supposed to be a gift, but I was so surprised that when it was opened. And I think God will just have to hold on for now. When I get back to the States, man, I will just have to take it in a different way. I don't think forgiveness is here at the moment.
Thank you, Ifeanyi, for calling and sharing your story. That is really, really painful. 15 years of your life gone because your brother gave you a suitcase full of drugs to travel. And that's the reason why we're having this conversation, because it's important that we begin to pay extra attention. The days of respect, my brother, who opened it, those days are past. Every single thing, you be the one to pack it yourself going forward. I mean, these are painful
Maria,
stories.
I remember growing up, there was this movie that was so popular. It was an American movie where it showed a girl was in a relationship and the boyfriend packed up her suitcase for her. He got the suitcase and had slit the sides open and he put drugs in. And when she got to, I think, all these South Asian countries, when you are caught with drugs, that's it. And that was the beginning of her ordeal. So at that time, even long before I ever traveled, for me, I just always knew that, when it comes to my bag, it is me and myself alone. I'll get my bag, I will pack my bag myself. And so that's the message we need to use our platform for, and also our movie industry. We need to send that message out. It needs to be constant in young people's minds, because they use young people a lot. You're so excited to go away, and people who are wicked do this. But for him, it must be really sad. Your brother. What do you say to your brother?
In some countries like Indonesia, we've seen.
Let me go to break, Nima. When we come back, we continue this conversation. I would like to take more calls. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Guys, we can't leave. We've got to finish the client's order tonight.
This time?
How about some top tea to cheer us up?
Only one bag of top tea makes 2 strong cups, so taste to know more flavor, enjoyment, friendship, and upliftment.
Wow, this looks gorgeous.
Beautiful. Taste to know. Top tea.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. So Yoruba say, Akoba Adaba, Olomajari. Because this issue obviously is quite painful. During the break, we're still talking about the matter because many people are sharing stories of where people come to them last minute. They know you're traveling tomorrow, and they come the night before and say, Jojo, help me, just help me package, put this in your bag. So so those kind of people that you know that it's difficult for you to respond to tell. Should we start telling them, "Wait, I'm sorry, I can't carry this thing." No.
See, you don't have scan, at least you can have weight. You just say my package is already 40 kg. I mean, kg. I remember I lost
23 for some airlines.
For some airlines, so it's already overweight. There's no place I can put it. So you just go and do. And if you think you respect the person too much, like our producer was saying, that some people that you just say thank you, sir, no problem. You take it. If you can afford it, you ship it on their behalf. That means you respect the person enough to put your money there. So you don't have to put it in your bag.
So interestingly, my brother, anytime he comes around and people bring him, maybe they bring all this packaged cashew nuts and everything. Interestingly, I used to wonder why he used to do that. He opens the cashew, pours it in a Ziploc.
He pours in a Ziploc and put like the peanuts, all he puts everything. So that he's not going with your tin. He empties it and he knows what is inside. I didn't understand it before, but now from this conversation I can understand why.
Yeah, I was talking about things we don't understand. You know how sometimes we look at our culture and wonder why are Nigerians like this? Now I understand why Nigerians don't tell people when they are traveling. They keep it a secret when they get there. Maybe it's because they know I'll be unable to tell you, I'm sorry, I cannot take your luggage, or we have to go through your luggage. It just saves everybody if you don't even know I'm traveling. And then when you call, like, you didn't tell me, no vex. It just happened out of.
Let me take this call from Dublin. Good morning. Are you there, Charles? Hello, Charles. Oh, it's Chris. Are you there? Sorry for keeping you. Sorry for keeping you, Chris. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Very clearly. You're live.
Oh, good. Hi. Yeah, I'm here. Hi. Thank you very much. It's the first time caller, I've been following you.
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Actually, I'm fallen a victim to this same problem. I've been living in Ireland for quite a very long time now. There was a day I was traveling out from Nigeria. Thank you. There was a time I was traveling out from Nigeria, coming back to Ireland. Apparently, I was given, some certain items, by a friend's wife to give back to the husband living in Ireland here. So invariably, I, packed up. She packed it and gave it to me. Then on coming to the airport, I actually noticed that my bag was, slightly overweight. Not slightly, like I'm supposed to carry 23 kg, but it was about 32 kg, like. So I now started to give it to one of my cousins to take back to the house. So when I now came back to the place, because actually I had to take off those things that the lady gave to me to give to the husband. On coming back to Ireland, the husband came to my house, like where I was living in Dublin, and he wants to pick up his items. So invariably, I now told him what happened. My bag was, heavily, not slightly overweight, but 7 to 8 kg, so I had to take it off. So then my cousin that brought me to the airport took those items to the house and noticed that some certain substances were like filled in that very bag itself. So I said to him, how did you know? He said, I had to open it so I can take it back to the person that owns it. And I saw something, marijuana kind of, packed up in the stuff. So I now called my friend and said, hey, come, look at the problem I'm having. From that day up till now, he took his phone from me. Actually, he's moved to UK. He never got back to me, until now. I took photographs and I showed it to a whole lot of friends. What am I trying to say? I have some other friends who had the same problem and he's doing time in UK now. Doing time in UK for the past 6-7 years now, carrying people's things. So I stopped it entirely. It would have cost me, because I'm a practicing lawyer in Dublin, It would have cost my license and everything.
Yes.
People try to help a lot of people just for the sake you're helping them.
Wickedness of the highest order. Thank you very much, Chris, for sharing your story. I mean, he who has an ear, let him hear.
Yes,
Don't just collect anything from anybody.
I say no friends, no family. There's no offense. We are all struggling to make ends meet. So whatever inconveniences, bear yourself. Please, no familiarity of I respect you too much. Those are the things that have gotten people. There was a guy in Indonesia whose video trended then, and we had to bring the chairman of the Diaspora Commission on the show there. And she was saying, what can we do? This is suffering. This is the suffering. The guy kept insisting, I don't know how. But he had in his package, he had in shoes, drugs in a country where they would just hang him. I'm sure that sentence was because he finished his court trials and all of that. And they were fast with their conviction.
So initially we had the problem of people getting into your bags at the airport and smuggling things. So you did not bring anything from anybody. You just went with your own luggage. And then airports, conniving with staff and all that to smuggle things. That was the issue that we had. And we're still trying to come out of it. Only for us to now recognize that even family members in their hearts, your loved ones know what they are into and they are willing to sacrifice you as a family. See, in this life, if you don't know how to set boundaries, go and learn it. If you don't know how to say no, go and learn it. If you need to be coached to say no to certain people and even everybody, please for your self-preservation. I will coach you for free. Go and learn it. There is nobody that you can have that you can't say no to. It's a problem. It becomes a problem because when you're considering what family say, they'll say I'm wicked, they'll say I'm selfish, and so why are you bothered about what they will say? What works for you works for you. I will never take anything for anybody. Ship it. Cargo it yourself.
Let me take this call. Come to you, Nima. Good morning. Are you there?
Parents.
Hello. Good morning. Okay, we lost that call. Yes.
So let me add parents that are saying, now you know it's your aunt. You dare not. People, may God rest my father and my mom and preserve my mom. My parents are of that. You know, we cannot be rude to certain people. I have learned it that all of us will be happy in the end.
Last.
Don't worry about an adult. I can worry about a young child, someone who doesn't, but I don't worry about any adults in my life. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
There's nothing
And people use children more because they feel like they won't check children's luggages. So they'll not slide things into their children's.
Yeah, but you are the guardian for the child.
So I'm just saying that, you see, somebody was sending me a story. I just read a message right now. Said that somebody gave his niece something to package in the child's suitcase. They were going for vacation. So she now said that she rejected it as a person, that she couldn't, that was too heavy. She now told her niece, who lives with her in the house, to help her just take half of it in the children's package, in the children's luggage. That was when they got to the airport. She was now wondering, why is my daughter's suitcase heavier than usual? This is very unusual. She now opened it. But what did you pack? She now saw that stuff that she had rejected. She said, I thought I said we don't want it. She now dropped it off and her husband took it home, opened it and saw drugs. Yay! So the points we're trying to make with this show, if there's anything you don't get from this show today, is that don't trust anybody. Even your own husband. Anybody. As long as you're not the person,
if you trust the person, do you trust the person is talking to?
So whatever it is you are taking outside the country, know for yourself that you pack every single thing yourself.
Mariah, also this is a message to people who say they are truly your loved ones, who truly care for you. It's also a message for you that do not put someone in an awkward position. So those people that we respect, those people that we call our parents, and you know that this person respects you and may be unable to tell you no. You know that this may cause a problem, may be awkward. Then respect that person back and show that person the same sort of love by not even giving them anything. You are already an honest person, so do the right thing. Ship it, cargo it, or open it up.
I'll come to you. See, I don't want us to say don't give anybody anything. You see, there's a possibility that you want to give. Maybe your mother sends you fish.
How about medicine?
So why collect it? Package it yourself. If it's medicine, you don't take it. Anything that you cannot see what is inside, don't take it. But if it is crayfish that you can see, you can spread it, you pack it yourself. If it is gari, if it is elubo, it's whatever it is, pack it yourself and then put it in. Not that just take what is packaged and give it to you.
So I've realized that you don't have control about another person's behavior. No matter how you preach to them, they need to get to that self-realization to be able to change or decide to be good. So you may love them, respect them because of their caliber in the society and everything they've done for you. But if they have not decided to be good to themselves and to you, there's nothing you can do. So for you to protect yourself, Biko, do not collect.
Okay. So to also add to what Mariam said, because the truth is that we have to be very careful. There are people abroad say, I'll give my mom this Tylenol for me. They'll package drugs. So those kind of things. So don't worry, give me the money. I'll go and buy the Tylenol myself. So if you want to send drugs to your mom, diabetes drugs, hypertensive drugs,
we can buy. Give me the prescription.
Give me the money.
Go to the pharmacy.
I'll go and buy it myself and bring it to Nigeria.
If your mother is your mother's prescription, ship it.
You don't have to ship it. You don't have to ship it.
Buy it and ship it.
You can ship it now.
DHL, all of them. Just not call brands. There are many Koreans.
Times have really changed.
Ship it. Don't put your people in a position where they have to say things to you that you feel that you'll be hot. Please don't even just create that position.
Don't send them.
Don't create it.
On that note, we have to go on the break. We learned a few things as we have. Let's go on the break. When we come back, move on to other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Lọ́n ṣe mọ̀ kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Ọkọ̀ tí wàá sọ nìyẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí. Torí kí ni? Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ bí jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọ mọ̀ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Lọ́n ṣe mọ̀ kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Ọkọ̀ tí wàá sọ nìyẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí. Torí kí ni? Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ bí jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọ mọ̀ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All Tim in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking. Time is racing. Lights up. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the VCR? All Tim in place? VCR.
Check. Clock is ticking. Time is racing. Lights up. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review. Staying with us. So we're supposed to move on to discuss the numbers of cholera deaths
that we saw in the papers today. We also have somebody from NCDC, but we're having connection issues with him. So we might have to hold on that conversation until we get connection with him. So we'd like to go back to the talk on this issue of smuggling. And we have loads of comments on Facebook and messages. We'd like to read some and take a few more calls. Yes,
Bukola says, 15 years through no fault of your own. So sorry, Mr. Ifeanyi. This is so sad. Baba Shola Tani says, next time, video record anyone and anything given to you to take abroad as evidence when the need arises. Then Debbie Akinfe gave a very long story, but I'll try and just shorten it. So many years ago, my first time of bringing my children to Nigeria, and I way back at the airport, as we're all waiting for our gate to open, this woman was in line for Emirates. Some people ran to her and, talked to her and gave her something, and they were probably church members. At the end of the day, by the time she got to the point of, they had to check her luggage, and they realized that the parcel that they just gave to her had some white substance inside, and she was taken into custody. Some eyewitnesses went there to try to explain that they actually saw those people, but the way those ones vanished was like 5 minutes, and he didn't know how the story ended because he had to take his own flight.
I have a call hanging there. Okay. Shola, are you there for Port Harcourt?
Yes.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Morning.
Yeah, I just want to say, you made a statement that you should not collect anything. You mentioned elubo, that you can see if you can collect like fish, crayfish, elubo. I want to say that they can put drugs. Elubo is powder. They can put drugs into elubo.
Yes.
But things like fish and crayfish that you can see, peanuts is better.
Yes.
But anything powder substance or even egg cream, you should not collect it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So don't collect any powdered substances.
But apart from that, wicked people, they're always looking for new, innovative ways to be more wicked.
They will
so
find
let's
ways
just be careful.
that
groundnuts that we have been saying is okay. They will find how to use groundnuts.
Yeah. So Loremi says, hello, beautiful ladies. On no account will I take any parcel from any family, let alone any friend. I always use cargo to send my stuff to Nigeria and from Nigeria. We're in perilous times. We need to be extra careful.
But the case says at the airport, they will ask you, are you the one who packaged this luggage yourself? So that you don't allege that the officials set you up. There was one I wanted to take. Doing a video package of the receiver with the receiver and sender is also necessary because no one can be trusted. Even the person you are sending can put something in the package too.
Oleremi says, sentiment has sent people to jail and same to early grave. Whatever you want to send, cargo it. I always cargo mine. Shekina.
Sentiment and respect. You know how to respect. Because when an adult or somebody you respect and regard gives you something, you don't even have the mouth to say, Major, what is inside this thing?
It's your upbringing. I always have the mouth.
Good bit says, if family can do this, or someone that you trust, what else? And we have more churches than schools in Nigeria. Talking about how religious we are as a people.
I have a call from Meryl. Good morning there, Goyede. Are you there live? You're live. Hello, Goyede.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Mariah, just let me thank God. I would have been jailed when I was almost 60, and at a time my son was getting married in UK. I left. I told my wife and the family members to go before me. I retired as a director of federal ministry, public service. What would have been the headline? What would have been the headline? I was working in the presidency. A friend came and gave me a laminated book. And I did not know, in my innocence.
Laminated book.
I collected this since it was a book. I didn't know what they had gone to do was to laminate either cocaine or heroin. These books.
There's no hiding place for this.
And I collected. But you know, I am a child of God. I got to UK safely. I disembarked. My son came, they picked me up. But you know, I don't know. I think it was divine intervention. I escaped Birmingham Airport. It was when I now got home. I'm a librarian. I retired. I was the first director of library services in federal service. What would have been the headline in Newswatch, in the Punch, everywhere? And I'm from Ekiti State, innocent. They would have scandalized my name.
Yes.
Because when my son is a lecturer in one of the great universities in UK. Now cut it open. Daddy, what is
Destroy
it?
a whole family.
And the wife is a medical doctor. They said, what is this? It was heroin.
Hey.
Heroin. And I cried. I cried. at almost 60, and on the point of retirement. At a weekend, my son was to get married.
Oh my God!
Wicked people. People are wicked.
My mom had been scandalized. Director in Federal Civil Service jail. There was nothing I trust. Nigeria will have been sensational headlines.
Yes,
but
absolutely. Sir, did you reach out to the person that gave you that book, and how did it end with that person?
No, I thought we were like this. I sent the book, and it kept on calling. I was annoyed. At 60, I wept. On my son's back, on the marriage something, I wept. I think out of sheer curiosity, you put pressure, it's not a pressure. And the guy in Lagos was calling me. He now came. I was like a wild cat.
Oh.
I held him by the throat, and in the process, I used my teeth on him. This is what you wanted to do for me?
Hey!
I haven't worked for 35 years in service. At my age, I tore his clothes.
Good.
He was begging. Then phone call.
He was begging.
And I told him, he's a bastard.
He was begging.
You know the Bible tells us, flee away from every appearance of evil. Since that time, it's more than beggar bridge between us. I have no business.
I praise God on your behalf. Thank you for sharing.
I come to my son's house and see that something. I gave it to him. And it was the third day after the wedding. I gave it to him and I told him, my son, never ever should I see you with him.
Yes, you are nice. So.
Thank you very much, sir. I have another call holding for a minute. I'll come. Thank you so much, Mr. Boyede, for sharing your story. Good morning there. Are you there? Damola?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
This has happened before as well. I was traveling to Dubai, and my mom called me when I got to Lagos that a friend was going to send me one Ankara that I should please take it with me and give it to her son. Her son will be interested going to China. I'm saying it now, I can feel how it happened that day. So when she met me at the airport, she brought out the Ankara from the letter. She gave me the Ankara. Then I told her, I'll put it in my hand luggage because I've checked in my bag. So I put it in my hand luggage, which I did. When I got to Dubai, randomly, they just stop you and they search your bag when you go through that machine. And my bag kept on beeping. And I wondered, I don't have anything illegal in my bag. I kept on beeping. So they told me to go into a room. They searched all my bags, checked everything. There was nothing. They checked again. In fact, they had to use knife to tear the lining of the hand luggage to see if there was anything in it. And I thought like there's nothing there. So at the end of after visiting my son almost 3 hours, filling different forms and whatever, they allowed me to go. So when I got to the hotel, the person called me the next day in the morning. When they were going to meet up with me. And now brought out the Ankara, because they scattered my bag. So trying to put it together, I had to refold it. While dusting it and refolding it, credit cards fell down. About 10 to 12 credit cards.
Credit cards.
They didn't have any name on it. They only had the credit number and when it was going to expire, different credit cards. So the person called me, are you with the Ankara? Where will I meet you? Blah, blah, blah. I just told him, yes, I'm with it. But you might not meet me at the hotel, so I'll drop it at the reception. So when you get there, tell them you are from this, for which number. So I took all the credit cards and I damaged everything. And
you did what? Damaged it.
Thank you.
And now to the Ankara, dropped it at the reception, and that was it. So I now called my mom after the person picked up the Ankara because I had to wait at the reception. I wanted to see who the person was. If I knew the person. And I didn't know him. So he picked it up and he left. And he didn't call me. Oh. They didn't call me for anything or whatever. So I called my mom and I told her, I said, this was what happened, blah, blah, blah. She didn't even know what it was. And that was it. Okay. So when I got back to Nigeria, the woman now called me that my son came to pick up the Ankara, but she left some papers on drawings on how she wanted the designs to blah, blah. And I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just packed it, and that was how I gave it to her. And she didn't tell me, and she said, okay, no problem, thank you very much.
So the woman was in the know.
Yes. People did not go to her house.
Hey,
and arrange her.
I hope Nigerians are hearing all these stories.
Yeah, let's take this.
Take a few tweets, yes.
Is on tube. Uneko Joe Samson says, I was fortunate to have a dad who worked with customs and he warned me about helping anyone. I met a Nigerian woman at the airport who told me to watch her package while she used the restroom. That one I know of. Where somebody will just come and they've already, maybe they are the waiting area, the final boarding part, and I just want to use the law and leave their bags with you when you know the customs are on random check. Now you the bag there your side. Please carry your load. Carry whatever you what if you cannot carry your bag
to the toilet.
Carry your load.
Carry your pikin.
And your pikin as well.
Because that happened to me where someone offered to carry my baby. When I got in, I wanted to carry my baby. I'm like, no, thank you. Like, oh, you're struggling with the bag.
Something inside the baby.
Why I even thought of kidnap, but now I'm even thinking they would have just left something inside the bag.
Yes.
Guys, okay, we're going to wrap up on this. I'm told that our doctor is now on, so I might have to go to him, but if there's anything you've taken from this show today, it's the fact that real Nigerians have called in to share real life stories. We're not making this up. These are real stuff. People can actually, family members, loved ones will send you things. Ordinary Ankara, who would have thought?
Hey.
See how they have actually checked all her bags. Imagine if I found those things in the Ankara.
Or it fell out when they were lifting.
That's a young girl's life put in jeopardy. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up on this. I'm told our doctor is here. Dr. Yaha, are you there? Good morning. Dr. Yaha Disu, are you there? Still having connection issues. Okay, let's take a few more comments on. Do you have any more comments?
Goodby says, custom officers abroad know as well as I was stopped, delayed for hours because I carried choco cubes and he had me open it. I was so irritated and I ate one to prove that there was nothing inside, saying how he was treated.
Jerry Josephine says, trust no one, especially those that will say, please help me take this parcel. Akinwale says, why are we this criminally minded in Nigeria? Jerry says, don't collect at all to be safe. Heidi Noble says, let us preach no to helping people carry stuff abroad.
Carry your things yourself.
Osola says, my very good friend brought something sealed for me to take home when I was traveling. But I told her I would take the stuff on the condition that she opens it and puts it back in a zip bag like Morel talked about earlier. So you can give them
conditions.
On that condition, let them open while both of your assistants make a video.
That's a good tip. That make a video is very important.
The book.
I'm telling you, this is always find ways.
This is a book now.
It's a book. You know, maybe
so maybe you just go by busy. Don't just
collect. Maybe this crayfish we're talking about.
Then we find a way.
No, they don't put for customs now. This one story. They don't put for this catfish now. The smoked fish.
Yes,
they don't put for that catfish.
Yes.
What are we doing?
There's nothing else.
People don't collect.
They put inside frontal.
Then we still find the air.
They put inside frontal now. Which one have we not seen?
David, are you there from the UK? Mashu. David.
Inside frontal.
Hello.
Wig sellers.
Hello, David, are you there? I think we're having connection issues. David from the UK, are you there? Okay, we don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I'm there. Good morning.
Yes, listen to me, not the TV. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, hello, good morning. Yes.
Okay, we lost him. Okay,
somebody is deliberately misunderstanding us. Michael Faber is saying everybody is saying ship it. You are not allowed to ship drugs. There are certain drugs that are allowed. The illegal ones, illegal substances,
are not allowed.
It's you and the shippers that will deal with. There's no inconvenience your relative. by using them. So
what I had even said about that cause that was when we said that many people usually send family members to send drugs home. So your mother is diabetes, medicine, medication, and all that. So the point is that if they send medication to you, what we're advising is that send me the money. Let me go and buy it myself. Okay, these are the prescriptions I have. Send the prescription to me. Let me pick it up from a pharmacy nearby. So I know I picked it up. You can't send me medication and expect me to bring it to Nigeria. You shouldn't touch it because you never know what they put in these things anymore.
And they seal up those ones.
Maybe very soon we have to be buying scanners to be scanning for drugs
in our houses.
They sell these things in small.
Okay, guys, that's all we can take on the show. I hope you learned a few things as we have. Please be careful. All those of you traveling, please. The safest thing is don't collect.
Don't collect.
And if you really want to collect, do your scrutiny. Check every single thing. Pack it yourself. Now we've heard that Ankara is possible. So open it up. Book safe. I don't even know want to do books. Father Lord have mercy.
Bye.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.